Yo.
Hi. Did you see me dancing with the
Yeah,
music?
I was laughing a little bit. Like, Bee's getting down tonight. She's feeling good.
I was like, he can see you. And she's like, I know.
I know. I was dancing for him.
Woo. That music is trendy. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Beth is in the chat. We got Beth and Rock in the chat. There we go. Irish.
Hey, that was...
Irish.
What's up, Irish?
Hey, Dondo.
What's up, Dondo?
So once the notification goes out, we'll get all our people in here. So guys, it's hump day, yo.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hey, Fulci. Tucci.
I hope the rest of the week. I hope the rest of the week is just awesome. It's been a crazy few days, so hopefully the rest of the week is good.
It's going to be a great Thursday. I feel it in my bones. Rux, tell us it's going to be a great Thursday.
It is. Yeah, he's already there.
Rux, how's the future hold for us?
Australia is already there. He's going to let us know what the weather's like, how we're going to, all that stuff.
Tucci.
Hey, Silly.
Silly John Carroll. Riot Ninja. I like it. Riot Ninja.
Riot, welcome in.
CIRCUSBEAR is the coolest name to be born with. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, I like it.
It is a pretty cool name.
I wish I would have thought of it.
DC5, I mean 4.
Hey, Riot Ninja is a pretty damn cool name too.
I like it. Yeah.
Sketch has come in pretty clutch this past week between me being gone and Tim coming in and helping co-host. And then he came in last night to the live for a little bit and let E eat his chicken.
Yeah.
And talked. So yeah.
I was hungry.
Guys, what did we I know B, you're busy with your heart. I'm busy with my heart getting it ready for the custom show. Did you guys pick up anything? Oh, the cows. We got the cows for Ditto show.
I did.
E, how's your cow coming?
Cow's coming along. I stayed up pretty late last night working on the some sculpting, and it's coming along. I actually got this in today. Finally, it's been stuck in the mail for forever. But
sick.
This is the proto.
There you go.
It's dope.
And I got one of these, which I know you got too, Rock. Yours is out. Yeah, so I'll show the box and you show the figure.
Our next guest, actually, too.
Yeah, guys, Valentine's Day. We are going to be live on Wednesday, Valentine's Day, so don't make any plans. Save your plans for the weekend before or after, because you're going to join us live, and we're going to have this amazing artist.
Yeah, Tucci.
So you can't take me to Italy for Valentine's this year, okay? Because we've got DT4.
I was planning on it. But
super nice. Sent these over to me and B, and I think Sketch got one. I've already got the custom already planned for this, so be on the lookout for that. That's going to be fun.
Ruck says, I can tell you that in the future, Ruck struggles to switch to the right account to answer your question. There you go.
Hold on. Was Rux Riot Ninja? Does he have 2 accounts?
He might have 2 accounts.
Also, he might be.
Oh, there we go.
Got that in.
I got a couple things in this week, man.
Have you noticed E has been like all aboard on these like big purchases, like getting these grails in his collection all of a sudden?
Hey, I'm a deal hunter. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just how I am. But
he's just banking on B Saldana being the biggest artist ever in the world coming up.
Rock, I think you're just now getting to know me well. If you think that, because I've always really tried to add grails.
Yeah, no, you have. But I'm just playing with you.
I know, man.
Ditto, you're very quiet. What did you pick up this week? I know you got a sweatshirt last night.
A lot of drama. Ditto picked up a lot of drama.
A bunch of naps. Actually, I don't really have much in the way of PC collections today. We'll save, because I know Jared CIRCUSBEAR's got kind of a little bit of a time crunch today, so we want to get him on soon. But I'm going to show what I picked up afterwards and kind of promote Friday, because that's really what I picked up.
Yeah. Oh, sounds good.
Got any cheese?
B, give us a little like how I know you and E brought Jared to our attention. So let us know, and let all these hundreds of thousands of people in the chat know how you guys came across Jared CIRCUSBEAR.
So I have to shout out E for this one, because he showed me it was on IG, and he was like, look at this artist, man. And he pulled up the piece. It was a Mario Rainbow Road Nintendo 64 money, right? Was it the money?
Mario Kart, I believe, was a dunny.
Yeah, a dunny. And he was like, look at this thing. And I love Rainbow Road. Shout out Wario. He's my favorite. And I was like, dude. And then when we like zoomed in on it and you see all the details, I was like, wow, this is wild. So I started following him. And then not too long ago, he went live on IG and I tagged Ditto in the stream because he was running a really cool Star Wars piece.
Yeah.
And I was like, Ditto, look at this cool piece. And
I'm like, you trying to spend my money? What's going on here?
It was right before Christmas, so he couldn't take the punch.
I like the Sully. I like the Monsters Inc. piece that he did with all the doors. Oh my god, yes. I have to have that. Like that has to be in my collection at some point in my life. Like
we're all definitely going to be owners of Jared Circus Bear pieces before.
It looks like Dizzy has one. Dalton.
So B, why don't you do the honors, or E, either one, since you guys are the founders of Jared Circus Bear. You guys,
you're the one.
Found him. No. Let me finish. Yeah. You found him for DT4.
Oh, like the finder.
Yes.
Got it.
We got to get our guests in. We got to find these people all over the world that are new artists. Yes. Are not even new. They're new to us. So
yes.
Why don't you give us the little intro?
Yes, that's you. You do great intros.
All right. Well, everybody give it up for a super dope artist, Jared Circus Bear.
Ta-da! There he is.
Hey.
Hello. How's it going?
Good.
Thanks for having me on.
I think before we get into any question, I just want to know, Circus Bear, Jared Circus Bear. Were you born? Is that your born name? You can't be born with that name? How did you come up with that name, bud?
You know what? It's just a name I've been making artwork under for a while now. And I don't know that I necessarily like specifically ever have given up exactly why. I feel like I keep a little mystery there, but I will say that like there was a junction point where I was, first starting out, sort of going from making artwork, like through college and like figuring out what I wanted to do. And there was like a junction point really where I was choosing, am I going to go down this particular art path or the other? And, one was actually more fine art. I actually went to school to do oil painting. Oh, and so it was like, choose between that, or I've got this very newfound interest in designer toys. And I was, just thinking around and, just sort of like dabbling just for fun, just for my own kicks and giggles, and started selling a few just, to make a few bucks, and sort of thing where I realized I was starting to get a lot more traction doing toys than I was, trying to make my living on selling oil paintings. And so at that point, I'm like, all right, you know what I'll do? I'll keep on doing this oil painting thing under my my government name, which is Jared Flores, or I can and then I'll keep that separate from this sort of like this side gig I'm doing that's making some toys, and I'll do all that work under Jared Circus Bear. And the way life went, I went sort of whole hog into the designer toy world. And so now there is no Jared Flores paintings. There's only Jared Circus Bear designer toys. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way.
There we go. We wouldn't either. We like our designer toys here. So
yeah,
you can't tell.
We will take a designer toy over an oil painting most of the time.
Some oil paintings are cool though.
They are.
Yeah.
But we love our toys. It's a space issue.
So do you still do oil painting on the side? Like
I haven't touched oil paint in probably 15 years.
Oh
yeah. Wait, maybe not that long, but 12, at least like 12 years or so. I don't even have any right now. All the ones I had all dried up and useless. And at that point, I haven't bought anything in that realm for a long time.
Yep.
So I think before we dig too deep, I think if people don't know about Jared Circus Bear, they need to, and we need to show them, some of the work and some of the pieces. I was on there last night on Instagram, and I just kept scrolling, watching one of his videos that he put out. and then another one, and then I'm like, it gives me anxiety. The little detail, my eyes don't work like that anymore, so I can't see that small, but it's amazing. So we're gonna look at some of this stuff, Jared.
We'd have to get you some specialized glasses, Rock.
Oh, no, I'm serious. Like, this is tiny.
Yeah.
Yes. People always ask me if I use magnifiers when I work, and I don't. I'm lucky enough to not have to, at least at this point in my life. Hope it, my eyes hold out. But yeah, I've always been interested in just making things as small as I can. I know that, I don't know, I feel like people like to go bigger. People like to see bigger and make bigger. Big's fun. But for me though, I always like going smaller. I feel like I remember when I was a kid growing up, what was it? Like Mighty Max, Polly Pocket, there's like little toy worlds. I like, for some reason, like my family, we never had any of those. And I always, like over at friend's house who did have them, I always thought it was the coolest thing. And so, I don't know. I think there's like a component of that to what I do now, where I make these little worlds, and that's a big part of what I want to do with a designer toy. I want to take, and what drives me, I should say, is to, take blanks and to take these platforms and to figure out how to turn them into a scene, how to turn them into a world, and to really use a figurative object as like a landscape object. And at the same time, tell these stories from pop culture and whether it's video games and movies, television, whatever it may be, all like these stories that sort of that drive culture, whether whatever it may be. And I feel like I like to pay homage to the big ones. I of course take commissions for all sorts of interests, but I feel like people, a lot of the times, we're hitting on the big fandoms rather than the small ones. Although it's always cool for me to learn about a new fandom. I feel like I've learned a lot about anime through some of the pieces that I've done. Yeah,
it's so small and so detailed. It's just amazing.
Your craftsmanship, your paint work is unbelievable at that small level like that.
Attention to detail, man, like everything, dude. You hit it spot on.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
The first time that you cut into, say, a dunny or a money or a chomp, like the very first thing you did, were you nervous? Because I couldn't even imagine, like, I don't know.
Well, like, it's interesting though. The very first stuff I was ever doing involved no sculptural elements at all. I was just doing paint work on figures. Actually, when I started out, it was on like a figure that's been dead for years. I don't know if you're familiar with the Disney had a Vinylmation.
Got a whole box of them right here.
Do you really? Okay. Oh wow, that's cool.
However many you need.
That is cool because it's not a very super well-known platform, I wouldn't say, but I was coming into it through that. So sort of through that world. I was living in Southern California at the time. I had an annual pass to Disneyland. I was going to Disneyland all the time. And really that was kind of like my first exposure to designer toys, even before anything. I think probably next the natural transition was to like learning about Kid Robot figures and more like tentpole designer toys. But my entry point was through Vinylmation figures, and I was doing simple paints on them, and then here and there I would like want to have an element that was sculpted, and I would dabble a little bit and do a little bit, and I guess really over, I don't know, maybe the course of 4 or 5 years, I realized I was having just as much fun doing these sculpted elements, but I was learning at the same time too, because I'd done a little bit of sculpting here and there in my studies, but like I said, I was aiming to be a painter, and so the sculpting just something I just sort of picked up as I went along, and lucky to get it to the point where it is now. I know a lot of people always confuse what I'm doing for like 3D prints. I know that's like a super common thing that I get. But now everything I do is hand painted, with a few exceptions. Like when it comes to foliage and stuff, and some of the scenery stuff I do, I'll use like common practice for, you know, like and I should say like techniques that you would come into maybe in the model train world, or, you know, model making and like Warhammer miniatures, like
war games and stuff.
War gaming. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because when I was a kid, I used to be go to the little hobby shops, and I would collect lead figures and paint them like intricate level. And
then you ate them, and that's when all the lead.
Now you guys understand why I am the way I am, because I was subjected to lead. But yes, no.
Ditto.
Scroll up a little bit.
I want to show this piece very quickly.
I want to. Yeah, this. You and I were in the same show at NYCC, and when I saw your piece, I was just like, oh, maybe I'm not going to be in this custom show at NYCC, because that thing is absolutely fire.
Thank you so much. That was one when they reached out about whether I wanted to do it or not. Oftentimes when I'm approached, I feel like in order for me to, you know, accept an invitation to say yes, I have to have a really good idea in my mind for it. Sometimes, you know, like if I don't have an idea, I'll have to pass on a show just because nothing's necessarily coming. But on this one, I had been watching Ted Lasso for years, and when I realized that, you know, the figure was wearing a tracksuit and that I could put a soccer ball in the brain area, I was like, oh, this one just sold itself to me, you know, almost instantly. So
well, and it sold instantaneously, because we are pretty good friends, all of us, with Benny from Tenacious Toys, and we were all at actually New York Comic Con, hanging out at the Creatives booth.
That's awesome.
And I went over to I snuck away, and I went over to go see Rock's piece and all of the cool pieces, and I saw that one, and it already had the sold sticker on it, and I was like, but that's great. So good. You killed it.
Love it when that happens.
Scroll up a little bit, Ditto. There was the Monsters Inc. one that Ian Rock were talking. That one right there with the doors.
Dude, yep. Like, come on.
He took a chomp.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite pieces as well, actually. Another one of those pieces where I felt like the idea, as soon as it came to me, I knew I had to do it, sort of.
Now, was that commissioned for somebody, or you just did it?
It was a commission. It was a commission. A client came to me. They knew they wanted to do something Pixar, and I had already had this idea in sort of I keep like a little queue of ideas. Sometimes, you know, I guess a lot of people that come to me with commissions that they have something very specific in mind that they want to have done. And, you know, we talk it out, we plan it out, and we do it. And not so often though, people, you know, or I should say maybe people don't realize that I have kind of like a little portfolio of stuff that I haven't done yet, but I want to do. And so that was one of those pieces that, you know, like I had it ready to go. And as soon as I showed it to the client, we were good to go. And I got to make it, which was great.
Was this made with a chomp or a chomper?
Is Chomper the little guy? The little, like,
the Chomper's the little small,
right?
Yeah, that is a regular
size chomp.
Regular size chomp. Yeah.
So cool.
Either way, it's unbelievably impressive. It was so cool.
You need to find the Rainbow Road one, because that was my first introduction.
It's all the way down.
It's going to be like
all the way further down.
Yeah, that one was for a show at Clutter Gallery. I did a solo show there. It was 2021. I want to say it was 2021, somewhere around there. And so I did everything in that show was actually it was all Nintendo themed. So there was like there was a set of a set of small Pokemon, Monies. There was 2 Mario Kart tracks, and then there was a Super Smash Brothers. Yeah, Super Smash Brothers on it.
I saw Smash Brothers too. That was really nice.
Very quickly, this is the piece, by the way, that when you went live on that IG that night, Bee's tagging me because she knows I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Like, Ditto, get in here.
That one's still for sale.
Yeah,
I got it right here actually with me right now.
Oh my
and,
god!
We have to find a buyer.
Where are we in the price range of this? What's the going rate for something like that?
Pricing's a little there's a wide range because it really depends on detail for me and size. But really the amount of detail, because I can do work on a small, like a 3-inch that doesn't take a whole lot. I can also lavish 2 to 3 weeks of work on a 3-inch, and even though it's 3 inches, like it can still be quite up there. But I guess to start, like the starting price for my work is typically about 500, and then some of the larger stuff goes up into the several thousands.
I just wanted to know how much money it's going to take out of Ditto's pocket to buy the Star Wars piece.
Oh, I'll tell you, the Star Wars piece, I'm actually looking to do a deal on it, and I don't, not even over 500. So
$499 Ditto, $499.
All right, well, that would make a really good early birthday gift. Rock.
Oh, he said rock. Yeah, it's an incredible piece. And I think I asked you because I was really interested in how the lightsabers were see-through. And so I had asked you in the chat and you had told me it was acrylic rod. And I was like, that is so cool.
Yeah, a lot of people when I do pieces with lightsabers, they ask about that, or they're like, it's a Lego lightsaber. And I think actually 1 or 2 times in the past I did use a Lego lightsaber, but I mean that is essentially, it's an acrylic rod, but you can buy them in the bulk in all sorts of colors and stuff, and I find that they're really cool to play around with. So yeah. Acrylic rod, I recommend it.
Oh, look at this. We got some tech fans in the house too, so yikes.
Superhero eyes. Did you find a tech Ditto?
Look at this. Look at this freaking piece with the Willy Wonka. Holy cow!
Yes.
Yeah. So, like we were saying, man, we could just. I get lost in your Instagram just looking at the amount of detail in your work, dude. So
the little Oompa Loompas, they're teeny tiny.
And guys, remember, this is on a little dunny or money. Like these are tiny.
No, this is the 8-inch, right? I believe
that first one wasn't.
I think he goes anywhere from 3-inch. There's the Rainbow Road.
Yep, there it is. There it is. Yep.
Yo, I just first of all, I'm a lover of rainbow. I love rainbow anything. Second of all, I love Mario. And then seeing it together and how you split that head and made it so oh my gosh, that one I'm amazed.
Thanks. I'm a big fan of that one too. And I would love to hit up Rainbow Road again. I don't know if you saw my most recent piece, and I actually have it right here because it hasn't shipped out yet. I need to get to that, but it's DK Mountain. Let's see, as much as I can bring it in here. And so DK Mountain was a level that I've been wanting to do for the longest time, and let's see if I can bring you in on there.
Look at the little red shell and the volcano's face. So is the smokestack out of the volcano, that's all sculpted?
It is, yes. Yeah. The only thing that I didn't personally do on that one is the little palm trees. I sourced the palm trees from I believe it's the intent is for model railroading.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Cardi artist, he's an amazing artist from New York. He wants to know what's the smallest figure size you've ever worked on.
The smallest stuff I ever do is the smallest money figure, which is I think 2.5 inches. Yeah, so that's about as far as I go, because I do need some space to work with, but that it is tiny. It is quite tiny.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean a lot of the things I sculpt are smaller than the size of my fingernail, sort of thing. And you can see that when I post my videos of me working on them, how small it really is.
And you don't use any magnification whatsoever when you get that small.
I tell you what, I'm blessed right now to not, my eyes will allow me to do it, but
not mine.
When it comes, I know I'm headed for it. So when I need to crack out, magnify or like the glasses, the magnifying glasses will do it. But as of this point,
that's awesome.
We're pretty lucky. Yeah, we're pretty lucky right now.
So Grimley is another amazing artist in the chat, and he is certain that you're probably the same size as a Dunny, because the amount of detail that you put into your pieces, like there's no way.
Yeah.
I still can't fathom it. I can't fathom that you sculpt something that tiny to make it so detailed and so true to what it is.
Do you do a lot of the cons? Like, do you do a lot of the shows, NYCC, DCon?
Yeah. Well, I don't like ever have a booth myself because frankly, I don't have any inventory ever, except like I have that Star Wars piece with me that like typically I'll only ever have a piece that is floating around, because everything I do is pretty much on a commission basis. It takes so long. These things are so labor intense that really there's just no.
They're in and out of your hands. Yeah.
Exactly.
You're saying that some pieces take like 3 to 4 weeks, is what you said? It can take up to.
Yeah, there is a piece I did this last summer. It was another Mario Kart piece. It was a Bowser's Castle piece where I used the 8-inch Dunny, and really that piece is the piece I've done the most work on ever, and it took 2 months worth of work time. If you look at it, I don't know, you can see, because I'll do a typical Mario Kart piece with about 4 racers on it, and that's like a 4-inch range piece. But on that one, we did a full. It was like I think we did 10 racers actually, and there was just so much of the space was covered with sculpt. And so it just took so long. And actually, coming right up here, I'm about to start on another one of those journeys where it's one of those pieces I already know it's going to take 2 months worth of time. It's I forget the exact Mario title it's from, but it's we're going to be looking at 90s Mario, but not Mario Kart this time, but
nice.
But Mario,
I want to understand a little bit of this process, because you say like a piece like this, and understandably so, don't get me wrong, but it takes a couple of months. How often and how long are you working on them, like on a day in, day out basis? Do you dedicate a couple hours every day, or do you kind of space it out? How is your process?
I get up, feed the animals, and then start working. Wow. And then I'll work until anywhere from, on a typical night, like, I don't know, probably cut off at 9 at the earliest, and sometimes we'll go later. But yeah, this is all I do. This is how I'm keeping the lights
daily
on.
You are working on these pieces. So when you say it's a 2 or 3 month project, it's every day for 2 months.
Right, wow. Right. Which is why the pieces are like at the rates they are. Yeah, and I know it's sometimes when people ask, kind of off the street about like, oh, hey, how much does it cost to have it done? And there's a little bit of a sticker shock. But
I don't think that's very high actually. When you said that, I was right. I think that is like below what I can't even fathom.
Such detailed, right. Yeah, that's intense stuff. So
to date, we just went through and showed, many of your pieces, not all of them by any stretch, but many of your pieces. What's one of your favorites, or maybe 2 of your favorites that kind of really stick in your mind that maybe you didn't even want to part with? You're like, oh, if I could keep this, I would.
And do you get like attached to all your pieces, or is it just certain ones like that?
It's it's so interesting. I don't really have any separation anxiety from them, and I don't know why that is. I really feel like I should feel that way, but I think a lot of it is, and a lot of sort of why I feel compelled to do what I do and the work that I do is that I get these ideas or I have a vision of this little world that I want to see put on the piece, right? And it's sort of like this relentless labor towards getting to that goal, so that simply I can see what it looks like. Like I have an idea, I do design sketches and mock-ups of where we're headed on a piece, but it's that sort of like compulsion to need to see this thing realized. And I think once I go through journey of making the piece and coming to the end, and it goes to the client and it goes to their collection and it leaves me, I feel like, I don't know, it feels good, actually. It feels cathartic.
Home, right? Yeah.
To have that exit process of detaching from it. Having said that, there are a few pieces I would love to have if I could. I did a Jurassic Park series a couple years ago, and I tend to do a lot of Jurassic Park pieces. Actually, I feel like once people saw what I can do with Jurassic, and that it's one of my favorite fandoms personally, that I just tend to get a lot of orders for that specific fandom, and so those are some of the favorite pieces that I've done. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, I've got a buyer lined up for you, because one of our, actually, we all know him very well. He's in the Funko side of things, but Dad Toys, Jorge, is a massive fan of a couple of properties, one Gremlins and two Jurassic Park. In fact, in his wedding, he walked down the aisle in a T-Rex outfit, going through the theme of Jurassic Park. We have that video. It's been seen. It's hilarious. But I will send him. Yes, he is. I will send him your way, Jared, because
that'd be awesome.
I think his wife let him do that.
Yeah,
I know.
That's a keeper right there. Yeah.
But have you ever done a Power Ranger piece?
I've never done Power Rangers. That would be cool. That would be really cool.
Oh man.
Well, there you go.
So a little bit to save, and I might have a commission.
I think it's very interesting to, now that we've really gotten to know, besides our collecting side, the artist side of it. It's either the artist gets super attached and doesn't want to let it go, like Keskak right there in the chat. He gets attached to every one of his paintings. He doesn't want to see him go. And then there's the other side of it that's like, it's done. I did my work. I love it, but it needs to go to their home. And it's interesting that which side of the fence you're on.
Well, and I think what really helps me personally is having my social medias, where I feel like that, like my Instagram has become like this portfolio. Well, I mean, obviously it's a portfolio, but it's something that I really do take great pride in. And like, when I want to relive those pieces, I can just go right to my Instagram and just, like you guys were doing, scroll down, and I can enjoy them that way. I feel like that, for me, that's enough. And so, it works out for me.
Well, I love seeing my stuff on somebody else's shelf. Like, that is cool to me. I want to see it in other people's hands.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I saw a question earlier. Sketch, another one of the artists in the chat, asked if what kind of paints you use to paint your. Do you do airbrushing? Is it all paint by hand? With the brush, or?
I paint everything by hand. I should get an airbrush. Like I don't know why I haven't. Just, I guess I'm a kind of a creature of habit, but no real reason why I've never employed an airbrush. But yeah, I do love doing everything by hand, and I usually get a lot of questions about what type of paints I like, and going back to my roots and sort of miniatures wargaming and stuff like that, I really use a lot of those paint brands that are specific, or like they're manufactured with the intent of being used on like miniatures. Yeah, because I really do find that they really are. They really do the job the best, and these companies are really starting to compete now, and so you really are starting to see some really cool technical paints that you can do a lot of cool experimentation with.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it because, like, when they're for miniatures, they're more like watered down per se, like they're more liquidy to get into those little details?
Totally, right? You're gonna find consistencies that are perfect for that, as opposed to other sorts of acrylics that are maybe more full bodied.
Interesting.
Good to know.
I know you have links to the type of clay that you use. I saw that, and then
I do. I'm always happy to send people my Amazon links for the epoxy resins that I like. There's all sorts of epoxy resin out there, and I specifically like Magic Sculpt, but
yeah, I saw that on your Instagram, the link on there.
I'm sure you get that question a million times, so it's really cool that you have it, available, because that way you can just kind of, some artists I feel like on IG that I follow or I see tend to be a little more of a gatekeeper when it comes to certain techniques of how they do things. They don't want to, share their products. But I kind of appreciate the artists that do, because myself, like learning art and just starting out, it's really neat to be able to kind of see your work and then go, wow, that's cool. Not that I could replicate it by any means, but it's nice to know what quality products are out there to use. So that's really cool.
For sure. And yeah, personally, I never have any problem like giving any recommendations or I'm pretty transparent about the way I build stuff, and
it should be that way. I think I think so, but I like when you guys share your tricks and tips, and I've learned so much in the last year. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I don't see there's no reason why not to share the wealth of knowledge. Yeah, completely.
Ditto. I'm waiting. I'm waiting on the 8 hours a day he works in his home.
Yeah.
And now, what kind of music are we listening to, Jared? As you
I was going to say, you're driven by pop culture. Clearly, you are a
100%
fan.
Yeah.
It's all over your Instagram and all over your pieces. So, I mean, beyond just the music, I have a couple other kind of quick hitters.
Sure.
But yeah, we always like to know kind of when you're, especially somebody like you, this is 9, 10, 12 hours a day, from the time you get up and feed the animals to the time you go to bed and kind of turn off the lights.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a process? Do you have something on in the background? Do you have earbuds in? Or you listen to music? What is that?
Yeah. I am constantly listening to stuff. My girlfriend will tell you this. But you know what? I find myself, I like to hear conversation. So I'm big into YouTube and a lot of YouTube, actually.
That's cool.
I'm an avid sports fan, so I'm listening to a lot of sports radio, movies, television, some music too. But yeah, I mean, when you're by yourself in a room all day for that long, you got to fill it with something. And so I just pull all sorts of stuff, really. And then I'll go through seasons too. Sometimes I'll get caught up on something specific, and that'll be my week. And
So you can catch up on a lot of DT4 episodes.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, Jared.
Yes, exactly.
We've talked to some really cool artists.
We won't get too deep into the sports, but you struck a chord with at least a couple of us here on DT4. So you said you were listening to a lot of sports talk radio. Who are a couple of your lifelong favorite teams? Who do you follow?
This is the big question.
So I am a big Los Angeles sports fan.
Go Dodgers.
Yeah. That's so I'm Dodgers, Rams, Lakers, and those are
2 out of 3 is not bad, Jared. 2 out of 3 is not bad, buddy.
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
What am I missing?
I'm a 40. I was born in LA and Redondo Beach area, but
gotcha.
And I was raised with the Rams and the LA Kings with my dad and the Dodgers. But then we moved to Northern California, so I'm a 49er fan.
Yep.
But Lakers and Dodgers, 100%.
So he's a bandwagoner.
Never.
Just kidding.
Well, now your team's in that position now where it's a lot of pressure.
Rock and I are going to make a wager because I think they're going to lose this week.
I don't think you might be right. We didn't look too good this week, so who knows?
Ask him if he loves Rock's hair as much as we do.
So
they're always giving Rock a hard time about his military.
They always give me a hard time about my hair. I'm the oldest one.
Are you using Magic Clay or Magic Monster or whatever that stuff?
It just does its thing. It does its own thing. But I'm the oldest out of the group, right? By far, in some cases, E and B could be my kids. I still have my hair. That's the plus of this whole joke.
Heck yeah.
I don't have to wear a hat because I still got hair. So that's all I'm gonna say there.
Yeah. Enough said.
A couple of off script, art journey questions that we like to ask, because we like to learn a little bit about the person behind the artist as well, because you're very talented. That's undeniable. You also seem very cool. That's also undeniable. But so few quick hitting questions here. One, we always get this from a very loyal follower of ours. They want to know, what are your favorite colors?
Favorite colors. Oh man, I love all color, but I feel like when I do get this question, I'll tell people the colors that I end up that I find myself putting in pieces a lot. And I think in that way, I've learned what my favorite colors are. I feel like I know I definitely love greens. I think I also have this tendency to use like magenta a lot, like really let's see, greens, magenta. I don't know. I guess I use a lot of blues as well, but I don't know. I feel like there's so many. All colors have so many spectrums.
If you ask her what her favorite color is, she says rainbow.
Black and rainbow. Those are my two favorites.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, it's too hard. It's too hard to pick.
Yeah.
There you go. What about so we generally are kind of foodies around here. I'm not going to ask the one that they all think I'm going to ask today. I'm going to change it up. So one of our other loyal friends and followers always is asking some food questions, and he would probably like to. What is your favorite food, and do you cook for yourself? And if so, kind of what's your favorite dish to cook?
Oh, that's again. I feel like I'm terrible answering favorites questions because I feel like I'm more of like a tier list guy. Like I'll tell you what is in my top tier or whatever. But no, I'm gonna answer. Okay. So I feel like, or I'll tell you, when it comes to what I feel that my cooking skills are best at, I feel like it's probably on the grill and probably meats. So I've been told I make a mean chicken wing too. So nice. maybe if that sort of gives you an idea.
What's your sauce or seasoning of choice on your wing?
I don't have again. I don't have. I mean, I'm always trying to try out new flavors.
He says justice for all sauces and justice for all colors and justice
That's
for all.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
PD would love you. How about are you do you like sweets? Are you an ice cream fan? What's your favorite ice cream flavor, or a couple of your favorite ice cream flavors?
I don't have some favorite,
or all. Or you can say all. You can say all.
I will tell you what my most popular ice cream endeavor was this past summer. We were taking vanilla ice cream, and then we were doing up like peaches on the stovetop with some honey in there, little nutmeg, and toasted almonds. And it's on the more summery side of like ice cream.
Light fare, yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, but and honestly, it's been a while since I felt like ice cream. Like I live in currently, like I said, I lived in Southern California for a while, but past 3 years, I actually moved back to my hometown, Lincoln, Nebraska. And so we've had like a foot of snow on the ground for the last month, and there's been like no sign of the cold going away. And so ice cream has really been sort of like the last thing that sounded good. But
well, see, I'm crazy because I'm in Chicago.
Yeah.
And you just had that deep freeze week where it was like 10 days straight of like negative below temperatures. I still got ice cream like 3 days that week.
Did you really? That's dedication.
Yeah, that's just called the problem, actually.
Before I forget,
he sculpts his food before eating.
Before I forget, you said you had a girlfriend. Now, do you? This is an odd question, but
okay. Oh no.
Oh, where are you going with this one, Rock?
No, so like when you first met this girl, right? Are you like, would the conversation come up that you paint toys, or did you ease into that, or is she an artist as well, or how did that go down?
Yeah, so I guess I could couch this whole discussion with, I feel like whenever I get the question, what do you do for a living? It's always the hardest thing for me to tell people. And I'm sure you guys could understand, like how do you tell people that don't know about a very specific niche of the art world about this thing? And so, yeah, I guess it was, I'm trying to remember. I feel like it was, it was always pretty straightforward. And it didn't, it didn't hurt that her mother actually is a art teacher, so it's sort of in the family already. So yeah,
nice.
Cool. I love that. So you already won the stepmom or the mother-in-law over. That's the word.
Hoping so.
Love it.
Who are a couple of your artistic inspirations? Like who do you look up to as far as your other
besides D24? We already know that.
I mean, obviously us, but clearly.
That's a really good question. I feel like like I mentioned, my background coming up, being interested in like more like fine art, oil painting, that sort of world, that I honestly, a lot of the people who really inspired me like coming up are people from, and painters, and artists from the further past, like I think one of my favorite painters of all time has to be Vermeer, and just the way that the guy was able to paint light and use light in a painting it's just magical. There's only so many paintings he's done. I feel like the catalog is very small. So if you're ever able to see one, do it. Take the chance to see it, because they're really beautiful little paintings, and he's an artist where you can tell the hours and hours and hours and hours that he spent doing it, and I feel like it's that sort of thing that inspires me. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Do you collect designer toys? I know you paint on them. Do you collect your own designer toy collection, or?
You know what? I don't. It's and yeah, I feel like people
smart man,
shocked to learn about that, but I don't really collect. I have a small, like when I was first dabbling in learning about it, I collected a few things. Like I had mentioned, I had some Vinylmation stuff, but I never really, once I realized, once I started making customs, I pretty much stopped. Like the desire to collect was usurped by the desire to create, and so
maybe that's what we need to do.
Me too. Like this is actually this is green screen. This is not.
Oh really?
It's not actually
right.
I think the robot should 1,000% sponsor you. I'm just saying, like the fact that you use their platform to such a perfect degree, like they need to actually. I think they should allow you to make your own dunny, like a vinyl. Jared CIRCUSBEAR dunny would be really cool.
We're in agreement there.
And if you ever need miniatures, like the smaller dunnies and stuff, let us know, or Vinylmations, let me know. Sure. We got so many extras that you could just cut up, do whatever you'd like to them.
Yeah, we definitely have some excess to get into your hands for some amazing pieces.
I'd love it.
I know. I cut. I'm doing me and B actually are doing a custom show for one of the artists here, Cardi. It's a heart a show that we're doing for charity, and I actually cut 4 of my figures in half this week for the very first time, and it is nerve-wracking. It is very nerve-wracking. Besides not cutting your fingers off, because mine are smaller toys, I had to cut it in half, and it was a little nerve-wracking. So I don't know how you do it every day.
I'm sorry?
What do y'all use to cut the figures?
So I use an X-Acto knife, and
what?
Oof.
Like a money?
No. When it
it's a scourgeon over there.
I'll use that. Whenever I need to. Well, actually, on any hollow figure, actually, I will use
because it's soft.
X-Acto.
It's soft.
Yeah. Well, I'll just heat it up and use the knife. But for like a resin figure or something, I'll just pull out a handsaw and use that. But
man, primitive, just like straight like old
That's
school.
what I did. I went and got me went to Lowe's, got a handsaw, and just.
I got a Dremel, like, and I use a little blade, but that's
that would be smart.
but it's also not as like fine and detailed. You can't.
Yeah,
you don't have as much control as like
that's true.
Knife. So
yeah, and I mean I sort of live and die by this X-Acto knife, and I've only got one. Well, let's see, one bad scar to prove it. Let's see.
That's pretty impressive, because I would have like 5 in a week. So
I got 5 now.
He would be in the emergency room every other day.
no fun.
All right, one last pop culture question from me.
Sure.
I know we're going to kind of probably start to wind things down shortly here. So, since you're not a tops guy, and not, I'll give you a few of each. We're going to throw you on an island, and you're just going to have to take a few of your favorite movies and/or TV and streaming shows. What would those be that you are kind of loving in your past or current, either way?
Movies. We could have like I mentioned, Jurassic Park probably have to be there. A big Quentin Tarantino fan, so maybe his whole collection.
There you go.
And the Star Wars original trilogy. Let's see. So let's get some shows.
Glass asked if the island has electricity.
I mean, it's gonna have to be Glass. Yeah. It's solar powered.
And an X-Acto knife.
Let's see. Let me get you a show. Mandalorian was a show that I've recently been into.
So you're a Favreau guy.
Ted Lasso. You said you like
Lasso. Ted Lasso. There's another
made a line on the Star Wars, original trilogy, and Favreau and Filoni and all of that, probably. So that's good. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, you got some good taste, my friend. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Red said earlier that it'd be really cool to have Jared on Series 4 of the Creatives.
Are you familiar with the Creatives Card Project? Have you ever heard of that?
You know what? I do believe so. I want to say that I had an invitation last time, but I had to pass up.
I did too. I was busy.
So Red Guardian, he's in our chat. He's the creator of the Creatives, and a lot of our chat today is our Creatives artists and fans of the collectors of the Creatives. And so,
I think 100% you should put in for Series 4 when it comes up.
Shameless
and
plug.
It's been really cool because like this most recent time he has a photographer that's in on the cards, and so all of her pieces are photos that she's taken of different things that she obviously that's what her art is.
Yeah.
And they're really cool. So
in Series 2 there was Tim Ceramics that had all ceramics pieces.
Be really neat.
Yeah, interesting.
To ponder and think about in your free time, that you have so much of clearly.
That is the problem.
Yep. No, I get it.
Well, before we let you go, Jared, is there anything you want to promote? Hey, my mom just popped in, guys. Everybody say hi to my mom. There's my mom.
Hi, Mom.
Mama Rock is in the chat. Anything you want to promote? Anything you got coming up? Do you have any shows or one-off pieces you're going to have on display somewhere, maybe?
My show schedule for this upcoming year is still kind of in flux. I still haven't pinned it down, especially the early part of the year. So I've nothing really to give you a heads up on that's going to be like within the next 3 months, probably. In terms of shows, because I'm headed into a stretch where I'm going to be really heavy on the commissions. Like I said, I've got like a 2-month commission coming up. And so that's going to be a big block of my year, just sort of like, it's spoken for, and it's gonna be a wild ride, but it also means I can't really contribute to shows at that time. But I think I do have some stuff coming up on the later half of the year. But I really if you want to have me take on your fandom for you and do like a completely unique custom for you, that really is sort of like the best way to do it is just to send me a message on any of my socials, and I can get you all the information in terms of pricing, in terms of my wait list, all that good stuff. It just happens just by just shooting me a message, and we'll just talk it out. And I do have a few pieces like this Star Wars piece that are unclaimed at the moment, but really it's this Star Wars piece and a few other, like 1 or 2 odds and ends. And if you're interested in seeing anything I've got available, you can always reach out to me as well, and I'd be happy to point you in the right direction. But
let me ask you one last question, because where it comes to the commissions, you said, kind of hit you up and you'll discuss the quote and pricing.
For sure.
What is that collaboration process like? Like if I wanted, or E or anybody wanted to reach out to you and say, hey, like for instance, if E was going to reach out to you and talk about the Power Rangers piece, do you ask questions as far as like what characters do you like, or is it just kind of like dealer's choice? I mean, how does that work?
You know what? I am up for working with all sorts of collaborative ways. If you're a client who has a very specific something in mind, okay, and you come to me with that, that's great. That gives me very specific orders. I can go on and design a piece up to that specification. If you're someone who maybe you're like I like Pokemon, but I'm up for whatever your inspiration is in that realm. Yeah. I can very well go and have plenty of ideas there where I can present an idea, and maybe that idea doesn't quite work for you. We'll try again. We'll get there. So really there's all sorts of ways we can go about it, and all sorts of ways I have gone about it. And if you're more particular, that's cool. And if you like some people, some in like real, on like one end of the spectrum, some people just be like, I want Star Wars. Yeah. But I'm going to even mute your channel while you're working on it and just show it to me when it's done, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Wow. And which is cool too.
Well, I would say based on what we've seen on your pieces, obviously, if you guys are going to reach out, and you should, to commission Jared, leave some room for dealer's choice, because your mind is brilliant. So thanks. I think it's going to be great.
So commissions are open. Somebody asked.
Yeah, I'm always taking commissions.
Jared's always open. He's ready. He's always open.
But what does change is like the length of my wait list. I will say right now I am about in that sort of like 10 to 12 month out range. So 10 to 12 months out, I've already got a whole lineup booked, and so if you're looking to get something for next year, a good time to start is now.
Well, you can find Jared Circus Bear. He does have a website. It's Jared Circus Bear, spelled like his name on the screen there. That's jaredcircusbear.com, and he just put it in the chat. It's at Jared Circus Bear on IG. Definitely, if nothing else, go give this man a follow. You can get lost, as E said, in his IG page and all of these amazing pizzas he's done for hours and hours and hours. It's a beautiful rabbit hole to fall into, trust me.
Please do.
And E.B., thank you guys for bringing both Rock and I and DT4 the awareness of this amazing artist. Because
I knew Jared Circus Bear when he did the Arlux piece, but I didn't put two and two together with the miniature stuff. And
I'm not gonna lie either. I didn't put it together when I saw it.
It blew me away. Yeah, blew me away.
Well, thank you guys for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
And Jared, anytime you want to come back, just DM us. Let us know if you have something you want to promote.
For sure.
Your marriage, your honeymoon, whatever you're going to do next. Let us know if you want to propose on DT4. We'd have it. We'd do it.
Oh my gosh!
It would be a first, actually.
Jumbo on at the Dodgers game while their new lineup is hitting.
So anytime you want to come back, just let us know, and we'll have you anytime.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again for sure.
All right.
We appreciate your time. We know you're a busy guy, so thank you for stopping by.
We appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Jared Circus Bear, guys, make sure you follow. Make sure you commission him if you want some stuff done. Give him time to get it done, and he'll do it for you. So, Jared, we'll see you next time, and stay out of trouble.
Sounds good.
Right. Thanks, man.
He is amazing. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It's just a whole different level of art that I can't even fathom. After trying to sculpt anything for Ditto's cow show, I was like, sculpting is not my strong point. I've got a long way to go with this.
The level of detail and intricacy that comes into that, the concentration that must go into that, it blows my brain. I might have to go get that Star Wars piece.
I knew you would. I think you need to, because it's insane. Like that is, like I can't even fathom doing it on a regular size head, like a sculpt.
Yeah,
and then he does it in just like fingernail size.
I mean, if nothing else, even if I don't get that Star Wars piece, I'm definitely going to at some point commission him, because he is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So Good find. Great find. Thank you, Ian B, for bringing the attention to that artist, because again, somebody that was not on my radar. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm thrilled now that he is. That's awesome.
And seriously, y'all in the chat, like if there's anybody that you guys follow on IG that you're like, you know what, I really would love to see them interviewed, no matter how many followers they have or don't have, please let us know, and I'm happy to reach out. And initially reaching out to artists was a little bit intimidating to me, as far as like, reaching out to somebody like, like Chris RWK. I was like, oh my gosh, but he's so cool. I know, but I was just intimidated. But now I feel like I've gotten enough confidence to be able to DM anybody. And you know why? But at least I tried.
You know why, B? Because everyone we've had on so far has been so down to earth, so kind, so helpful when we need them. If we have to like DM them a question about, I don't know, whatever brush you use or whatever, like anything we've ever asked of these artists that have come on have been so giving back and so helpful and nice. It makes it easy because they're normal people that love the same stuff we do.
And I love to follow new pages of, IG artists that, I've never seen before. I get all suggestions all the time. And I just think it's so cool to discover all the amazing art out there. So,
So I think Grimly's changing his name now.
What's Grimly's name going to be now?
Grimly Carnival Goat.
Grimly Carnival Goat. I like it.
Makes sense. We're gonna need to campaign for Jared to get into that series 4 of creatives, because I can't wait to see what those cards would look like. Oh my god!
And before we get too far off the track of our guests and stuff, next DT4, super excited to have Kick Punch Bite coming on, and he's gonna talk to us about his project, how he got that thing going. It is such an amazing story how he did it. I just thought it was genius.
Let's go.
Can you pull up his IG just so that people could see it and start to follow if they don't yet?
Oh, sure. What did she call me yesterday? What did Mo call me? Screen share boy. Screen share boy. Get it?
Who called me?
She said, "Do your job, screen share boy."
Who said that?
Just a great guy. He started a great little business. He's a dad of 3 kids. Like, he's just a down to earth guy. Sent me and B a toy to customize and to have one and to see it and have it in our hands. And it's
and then he asked us to be part of a custom show.
Yeah, and that's kind of on the down low still, because I asked him about that. Yeah, so it is coming up.
Rewind.
No, you're fine. We didn't say dates or details, but we're good. So yes, that's going to happen. But he's got big things planned for these. More series to come. I'm super excited to do this piece. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so we're going to have him on as our next guest. And some of you guys may not have even heard of him yet. He got Nikki Davis for one of the artists in this series. So
he's from Texas, and a lot of the artists that he has on this initial drop, I think quite a few of them are from Texas.
I think they all are, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think all of them.
Or something to do with him and his art, because he's an artist as well.
I ordered the Nikki Davis, just FYI.
I ordered the Nikki Davis and the one right in the middle. It has kind of like a robot looking in the middle there.
We should have totally jumped on the pre-orders whenever they were initially live, but I'm glad they're not sold out. And I'm glad that, because I was initially worried. He had initially had it as like just a certain, like kind of like a Kickstarter type situation. And then he was able to produce them all. And so I'm so glad that he did.
And he just talked to me today. The DIYs are sold out, but he's getting them back in like a couple weeks. So he'll have DIYs here again shortly.
I love the truth one. I love the colors of that truth. Yeah. So I'm excited to start working on that. That's a neat piece.
So it's a exhibition.
So that'll be our next.
That's going to be on Valentine's Day night, guys. So Wednesday, February 14th will be our next show that we come back with. So make your plans. Grab your special someone, or if you don't have a special someone, will be your special someone that day.
We'll have to meet and prop up your phone on the
So romantic.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. We'll play some romantic songs and light some candles.
Oh, Rock! What is happening over there?
Rock will bring me,
myself, and I. Just me.
Rock will bring the Applebee's. We'll be catered by Applebee's that night. It'll be fantastic.
Why do people get Applebee's? Is a good restaurant. It's not a steakhouse. But it's a good restaurant.
Listen to Applebee's. You're sponsored by Applebee's, bro.
I'm trying to be. So be nice.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
So work at Applebee's.
What's that?
He used to work at Applebee's.
Way back.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
A long time ago. That was that's like my second serving job.
That makes a lot of sense.
You have to take a test to work at Applebee's.
You do?
Like a written test. You don't remember?
It's a high-end establishment. You have to take tests to be an employee there.
Wait, place I've ever worked at.
What? Wait, we were talking about. What were we talking about?
We were talking about Valentine's. That's going to be Kick Punch Bite show. Next guest.
The next guest.
And we have a lot of stuff coming up, guys. On Whatnot, we've got so many, and we've already had so many shows. Please help me, guys, if I forget somebody. Tomorrow is DXE show is tomorrow. So another artist in the creatives is having her toy, her figure. It's all about her figure and what is it? Crazies, I think it is.
All about the crazies, yeah.
The whole show. So tomorrow night, Whatnot. Friday, Mr. Ditto, would you like to tell us about Friday?
Friday's near and dear to all of our hearts. We have, you guys all know Rux One. He's from Australia, and he is a hell of a guy. And I made a promise to him a long, long time ago, many months ago. I was on a Whatnot stream, and him and Cardi had an initiative that was going towards a heart health campaign. And I brought him in on the fly, and it turned into something magical. And we raised like $1,200 spontaneously for that campaign, which I was happy to be a part of. Amazing people like Rob J. Bell and others that just kept buying a piece and rerunning it. It turned into something really special that night. And Rux had, already been a fan of ours and a supporter and just a really dope individual that we all knew we were friends with from the get. And I told him that, look, man, one of these days in the nearest future, I am going to run a stream to help offset costs to get you to the United States, my friend. And he was blown away. Didn't think it was going to be real. And
still doesn't.
And I am a man of my word. So this Friday, it's dedicated to Mr. Rux.
So you will own that Star Wars piece then?
Maybe.
Okay.
No, it's all dedicated to Rux. Every dollar, every penny that we generate that night is going to go right to Rux and help him defer some costs to get him to the States, specifically Chicago in August for Collected Con. And I believe he's got a companion, the Paper Knot, who's going to be coming with him and joining.
But he's not going to cost. He's running here. He's
already started
he's already on the way.
Forrest Gumping it across the ocean right now.
Yeah.
No, but you're going to get to visit two of your favorite Aussie creatives. Hopefully, if you're able to make it to Chicago and Collected Con this Friday, it's all going to be about Rux. It's a Rux takeover. He has a special blind box that he is releasing his very first blind box. He has made some special DIYs for the occasion that are all American themed. He has a special LE pin set. He's got his entire set of Series 2 Creatives cards that are signed.
Including that foil that is hard to get.
He's got some sticker packs that was very emotional to let go, and I understand why, because these are the last of his early OG sticker packs that include collabs with people like King Ganga and many other dope artists. And there's so much more. Sketch is going to bring a very special surprise to the fold. You guys all know the famous New York vineyard story, and if you don't, you'll catch on. He created a dope 9-piece DIY image that turned into a print that we now all proudly own, and that original artwork is going to be donated to the cause. And Grimly got his hands on one of the UX figures and customized it, and it actually arrives, I believe, tomorrow. And I saw the picture, and holy crap, is it cool. And just moments ago, about an hour or two ago, I learned that Rock has a very special something that he's bringing to the table that is kind of going to be revealed on the night. It's something big, we'll say that. It's going to be revealed on Friday night, and I have a feeling it's going to be one of those spontaneous nights where things are going to break out, pieces are going to get rerun, there's going to be special surprises and people that are going to dive into the fray on the fly because they're feeling it and they're in the moment. And I think we're going to generate a lot of money to help get Ruxy to the United States. So that's what.
Y'all, can I just shout out our community? Like, between artists donating pieces to help, get him here, and the Whatnot community in general. Like, just shout out for the mad love that you guys, that we show each other. I love it. I love it.
Don't cry.
It makes me happy.
Her voice is shaking.
Make me happy, damn it.
Stop it.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Be prepared to bring your tissues on Friday, B, because Rux has got a little bit of an emotional bone. Rux is definitely going to cry, and it's going to make me cry, and then everyone's going to go, I'm not crying, you're crying, we're crying. So bring the tissues. Bring the tissues. It's going to be a fun night. But enough about the Rux show, because that's just one thing of many that Rock was just talking about. On February 1st, we've got
wait, before that 30th we got Cardi.
Oh my God, that's right.
So 30th Cardi's gonna take over my Whatnot stream, and he's doing his very first toy. If you guys have not seen it yet, go to Cardi's Instagram, go to my Instagram, and you can see pictures of Cardi's one-of-ones that he's done and the new toy that he's putting out. It's pretty amazing, and we've been working on it for a long time. It's finally happening on the 30th. So, and then the 1st.
Grimly, right? On the 1st, yep.
Grimly is doing a all custom show that he's been working on. I've seen a lot of his pieces. I know a couple of my pieces are going to be in there that he's done.
I think he's theming it Wrapped Up in Love or Wrapped in Love or something like that.
It's all about his Raps character theme, and it's pretty amazing. So that's on the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Kest on the week after Cardi on my show. And this is a rerun of Kest because his first run of toys got destroyed and he had to repaint every one of his toys. So it is very near and dear to his heart. I know he's blood, sweat, and tears repainting them all. So that show is coming up as well. And then what else?
Well, we've got our normal streams. Obviously, this week's taken over, and Rock, you got a couple that are being taken over, but we got E&B on Saturday, so yeah, so they're going to bring something amazing. If you guys want to talk about it, and you know what it is, cool.
And Tucci, we don't forget Tucci. We got a show coming up in Herd that's way down the road in March, but she's coming up as well. But what you guys got this weekend?
Hey, let's just keep it on the artist train right now. I mean,
you're right next to an artist.
We're gonna do our regular show.
Yep.
It's gonna be fun. But
anything awesome? You guys have anything like?
Don't we always bring everything?
Yeah,
awesome?
but I like to know. I like to save my money before before Saturday comes.
No, we're gonna have some JC Franny figures, some more of those Apocalypse, the bunnies, those little.
Not little, they're like those bigger blind boxes.
Depending on if they come in or not, but those Black Label chameleons. Those are cool.
I don't know if those are. We have a box of Key on the way. We have a box.
No bananas, right?
No bananas.
I mean, we can get some.
Good.
Oh, I do have one other thing I do want to bring up very quickly that involves all of us, because by the time our next ET4 show is live, it will have already happened. This is very big. So for all y'all that are designer toy fans or fans of these artists or the creatives or any aspect of this, we now have obviously a designer toy category and community that's been around for a couple of years now on Whatnot, but that wasn't always the case. And Saldana, myself, Rock, we were OG, participants on this app from like month 2, 3, whatever, very, very early on when this app was in its infancy. And there were times where, believe it or not, that app had one person streaming a day. That's how it started. You're going to hear a lot of these stories because I've, with the help of all of these fantastic people, who put together a little fun thing called Alumni Week. and that's going to kick off with E&B on February 3rd. So I know they're going to plan some cool stuff for that night, and you're going to hear a lot of reminiscing, a lot of cool stories, maybe some dope OG pieces, who knows. And we got some special a week-long special event that's going to start with E&B, and then we're going to have BD Collects, and then we're going to have Pop Couple on their normal Monday, and then we're going to have Rock on his normal Tuesday, and then we have 2 streams on that Wednesday, which will be Grouper Dog leading into what used to be Fillionaire, who is now the House of Wise, Mr. Philip with 1L. And then Thursday, a very, very, very special one-night only event. Thanks to a brainchild of E. Saldana, we reached out to Smy World, and Smy World, if you know, you know. If you don't, go check it out. Smy World will be back for a one-night special event. He's kind of what brought us all together and got us a lot of us into the designer toy kind of world.
And if you don't know who Smy is, go back and watch our DT4 episode with him, because you get to meet him there first.
That's right. And then on February 9th, it'll all end with me on the Ditto show. So
Grimley, it's birthday suit only for Grimley's or for Rux's show.
Yeah, thongs and thongs.
Thongs and songs, I thought is what it's called, because we karaoke and thongs and songs.
Well, he had tongs today when he was on the IG live. So either way, whatever. Tongs, songs, all of it.
But no, we have that, but we also, we forgot. Well, I don't know if Ditto's announced that yet.
Well, we have on the 10th, on February 10th, we have Cardi's Heart Show on Instagram. That's going to be on Instagram on February 10th. Him and Paparazzi are going to co-host that together on Cardi's Instagram, guys. And we're raising money for a great heart charity. B's going to have a piece. I know Sketch is going to have a piece. Cardi.
You have a piece?
I have a piece. But there's some artists that aren't in our normal circle that we've seen before are going to be in this show. So you guys might want to check that out on Cardi's Instagram. It's going to be pretty fun. There's some amazing pieces so far.
And go follow those artists, y'all. Like, some of the artists that he has are like New York graffiti legends. I mean, there are some incredible artists in this show. So it's a huge honor to be part of it. I cannot wait to see how much money it raises for charity. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, can't wait. We need a spreadsheet. Can we get a spreadsheet, somebody? Like, I don't even have Excel, but can somebody do a sheet? Like,
I think last time that Ditto sent a spreadsheet to you, you lost your mind.
Piece.
I did.
I love this piece.
I love how you just low-key just like...
Look at this piece, y'all.
I didn't want to take away from Cardi because that was a very important announcement. And you just...
Did you just say what did you just say? A very important what?
That was a very important announcement.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Guys. So yeah, I'm going to be doing the artist series of the Judgmental Cow, but that information you can watch out for on IG. There are some great artists, including all of DT4, that'll be participating.
Do we have a date for that yet, Ditto? Because it's
going to be February 9th or the 16th.
Hopefully the 16th, and I'll get that to you. I mean, it's done. I just have to clear code it, and it's done. But
I might actually push it back because of Cardi. I want people to focus on him that weekend. So.
There's a lot going on, guys.
Can I show my cow?
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
Where is that cow?
Ditto, take your trash out so your dog stops barking.
It's 15th feeding time for them.
Oh.
They held out for this long, and now they're like, okay, feed us, Dad.
This is my cow. I showed it to Ditto already. This used to be the cow. It's been sculpted to.
It is now the dog.
This guy.
Derpy dog.
Yeah, I mean, I hand sculpted the buttocks.
What is your theme for the cow, E? Can you give us that at least?
It's music. It's music based.
Because last time I saw it was a big ball of clay.
Did he throw against the wall?
So you can't see.
Yeah, see, there it is.
This was clay.
This is in comparison. Let me show you the size comparison.
So, and it's been sanded. Man, my camera's.
So much for a mini cow.
No, yeah, this is just a piece that goes with the cow. But yeah, don't look at the inside. But there's an idea that's going with that.
Here's mine, and then
I've heard the idea, and it's unbelievable.
I think I need to rework my cow.
Here's my cow. It's a cow jumping over the moon. It is black light and glow in the dark, and it's really a bad glare. But it's like pastel ombre color.
Mine's, so. Don't expect too much of mine. It's not gonna. Yeah.
Can you show Tucci's cow again, because it's amazing?
Yeah, guys, come here, please. Stop it. Tucci did the Courage of the Cowardly dog in cow form. And amazing. This is what happened now. So I'm probably going to have to minimize and bounce or pause very quickly. So you guys finish. I'll be right back.
All right. Bye.
Love the Courage dog, the cow. That's incredible.
So that's going to be a cool show. That'll be a fun show too. On another show type note, I will be doing series 4 of my minis. It's going to be done a little different this time. The artist, I'm going to call it more of an artist series, because any artist that has a toy already and then wants to put their toy in the minis as well, they can do that. So I know Sketch has a toy, Grimly now has a toy, Cardi has a toy. All these new artists have new toys, and we're going to put them in the series. They're still going to do one-of-ones. They're still going to do one-of-one of one of my characters as well. So it's going to be pretty fun. So
yeah.
So Sketch, B will be back in it. She'll be back in.
I will.
You know who two new people just contacted me that said they want to be in? Well, I actually pressured one of them. Paparazzi's in. Tiff, she's in.
Nice.
And Gary Fields messaged me out of the blue and said he wants to participate. So that is super cool for me. I am super excited about that. Gary Fields is a legend, and he's never done it before. So this is something new. So you will have a chance to get a Gary Fields.
I've even got a piece that I'm putting in Rock's show.
Yeah, Ditto will be in it. But Gary Fields is going to have very first toy that he's ever painted is going to be in the show. So I'm super excited about that.
Very cool. I just want to shout out before we wrap things up today, because I do know that, like, Rock, you've had multiple pieces and multiple shows this year. Sketch obviously is starting to get invited to almost each and every of these shows. B, you are doing a lot of pieces and a lot of shows now, including the Cardi, and now this Kick Punch Bite.
Sketch. Speaking of getting invited to a lot of things, check your IG. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, I'm like, what? I didn't know if you were talking to me or Sketch.
I was talking to Sketch.
So I just got to say how incredibly proud I am of all you guys. You guys are like, I've seen the pieces that Rock's putting together. I've seen the pieces B that you did, like the cow, even E, the cows you've done thus far for me. And I know that your vision for the one that's coming in this thing's going to come together, because you always do. You always bring it home. Unbelievable. And Tucci and Grimly and Glass Ink and DXE, whose cows arrives tomorrow, and so many of these other pieces that I haven't even seen yet that are, I know the creativity, I know the vision, I know the talent level of each and all of y'all, and you guys have just been killing each and everything you're doing, and I feel like you're stepping it up with each and every new piece you're doing. So not only am I honored that I'm going to be able to do this show with my cow, with the help of all you guys, but just what I've seen you're doing for Cardi and some of these other great shows that are coming up. I mean, there's a lot of really, really cool stuff coming up. So go support all of these people, and certainly all of those shows that we just spotlighted, because they're worth it. They're definitely worth it.
And I appreciate that, Ditto. And it's intimidating sometimes. Like this is my first canvas piece. I got this heart in the mail, and it's a flat piece. It's not a toy. I looked at it, go, okay, now I have to put something on this flat surface. And now I know what these artists feel like when I give them a toy to paint on that's never done it before. So it's been a journey for sure.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with what B's done in the short amount of time, going from her, from her start of her journey to where she's at already is kind of crazy. And
that cow jumping over the moon piece that she did is unbelievable. I can't wait. What I'm going to be excited about, like when it does come time to have my show with Macau and all these artists, is to watch because I know our community, and I know that everybody's got their favorites, and then a lot of them are shared favorites. And I feel like there's going to be some battles going on that day. I really do. I feel like people are going to be like, I got to have that B piece. I got to have that rock piece. I got to have that E piece. I got to have that Tucci piece. I mean, it's just going to be, there's so many cool ones. And I've got some really dope artists. In fact, both Aussies, well, not both, two of the Aussies, Brain Deef. Guys, wait till you see that piece. It is
it's pretty sick.
Brain Deef and Rux each have a piece in that show. And so does Jay Martin. He's got a piece in that show. And RWK has got
Jay Martin's going to be in my series as well. That's another new artist that's going to be in it. It's like blowing me away.
I saw Jay Martin's heart piece.
I did too. Holy crap.
Did you see his toy yet? Have you seen his toy?
I have seen his toy printed. I haven't seen it painted.
No, I haven't either, but it's amazing.
Better.
Okay, before we go too much farther, who gave this one of my besties the link to this show? That's the one thing I need to know. This link isn't shareable amongst these outsiders, as we say.
Well, see, here's the thing. It's DT5 right now, mother. I'm just kidding.
Get your DT5. Your volume right here. Your volume is not working. We lost Ditto, so we're back to DT4.
I didn't say
my mic's not working.
No, it is.
Oh,
I didn't. Maya comes out, mama, because she thought I said a bad word. I didn't say bad word.
Didn't say a bad word. It was like a semi bad word.
I said, LOL, come join.
Oh my goodness! You guys should hear some of the combos me and Sketch have, like, out of the blue.
Oh my god, we do. We have some crazy.
It's just ridiculous.
We FaceTime each other like at random odd hours of the day.
Yeah, and the good thing is
I catch him off guard sometimes. So like I see, like, he tries to turn it on. I see his feet, or it's like really close to his face, and he doesn't know it's on.
Yeah, because I can't see. So
no, I
like
just
old
wanted
man
to.
Stuff.
I wanted to invite him in here to congratulate him face to face about his show this past week, and just to just say thanks for contributing to our community with your incredible art.
I appreciate that. I really do. It was a show that I was not expecting to have. I did not expect that kind of. First off, I didn't expect that many people to show up.
But dude, you worked on it for every day for a month.
Yeah,
you did a great job on IG
Live.
It's
a passion project. It was a passion project. Thank you. It was a passion project for me. I really, really did enjoy it. It was fun to do. And then he talked to Jared CIRCUSBEAR, and I'm like, all right, I got to cut all these toys open now because, jeez.
Leave that to the CIRCUSBEAR. All right, let's leave the. We don't need you to cut a finger off.
Like I'm on thing. I'm like, oh, this.
You can't see, but I have my X-Acto knife down here. That's why I've been struggling. I'm just like.
Yeah, I'm looking at my knife. It's like, is this the one he would use? Like, would this cut a toy? I mean, I cut feet off of Marty's. That's my limit right now.
I can't wait to see that piece. Do you have that piece handy?
I have it primed. Hold on one second.
Yeah, Grim took my hat before I even hopped in.
Yeah, E was kind of salty. Grim bought his hat,
and then Ditto.
Actually, I think Rock took your hat.
Wait, what happened?
No,
which one was
the black and white?
Black and white, no.
The black and gold.
So check out this Marty, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey.
I call him Marty McSlap Monster.
Look at the shoes. Look at the shoes.
He has the McFlies.
Always wear your PPE. He's repping PPE. I like it.
Maybe that I need that on my desk just to remind me to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
To wear.
Agree. And then we got this little guy right here.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So good.
Oh, see, I love the thinking out of the box stuff, man. That's the kind of like
yeah,
that right there. Like, bro, did you actually cut that cow?
I cut the head off.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Also,
that's the third person now who's cut the head off my cow. I'm a little.
I had the rest I made hamburger with the rest.
Look at his name. Sketchy Cast. So not only do we have Sketch on here, we have Kest on here too. So Sketchy Kest.
You don't know that. You don't know who I am.
True.
Right.
That's true.
You could be wearing a mask, pull it off, have the Kest mask on, then pull it off again.
Well, Kest is already
that's funny.
really douchey, and then pull it off again. It's like, yeah.
He's already asleep. It's past his bedtime. He's up at 3 tagging, so he's yeah.
Shit. No, he's not.
No, I mean it's shirts. He's putting his tags on his shirts. This shirt right here.
I was working on this Cardi piece, and I had a whole scheme. And then I woke up this morning. I was like, "Well, that's not gonna fly," and I scrapped it. And I'm like, "Oh, this is what I'm gonna do." So it's really difficult. It's gonna be like clear resins and a lot of spray paint and sculpt and 3D pieces. And I have very limited time to do it, but it's gonna get done.
Nice.
Because we love Cardi. He's from the Vineyard.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
I will see all of you in CollectedCon. Is ED Collected?
Yes.
Collected.
Yes.
I got my VIP ready to go. My wife, Mrs. Sketch, will be coming with me, which is great.
So you'll have
we are taking a drive out there, which is very exciting. We are not flying, which is very cool, from New York to Chicago. That's a drive I've never done before.
How long? How long is the drive?
13 hours.
That's great. Then I can give you all the stuff that I buy, and you can just cart it home and ship it to me. Perfect.
Sure.
Because Ditto will have enough to ship. No, you'll have. Dude, you're gonna have.
Like, I live here, but
how many of us are gonna be here? And you're gonna be like
Ditto just takes it home.
Yeah.
Right.
So I need a roll call.
Yeah, send it back 14 hours
with the work
guy, when you have the guy that's right here.
I need a roll call in the chat of everybody that's going to CollectedCon.
I will say that Sketch, you're going to have your wife and possibly your side piece Cardi with you.
I know Cardi is. I think Cardi is coming, and I think he's taking.
I think Katie's
his wife as well.
I think Katie's coming
as well.
And then your day one rock. So how are you going to manage all the time with all three of those?
I know how to pimp.
Okay,
don't worry.
We can squeeze it. We can squeeze it in.
I know how to pimp.
Grimley said I will be there if FedEx delivers. He's already said he's going to be FedExed in an animal carrier.
Yeah.
That's a big ass animal.
Michelle's going.
It wasn't so much me being worried as it was curious. Just curious.
Grim and Stacy, you're both going.
Nice.
Silly junk girl's going.
Michelle. Ruck said apparently I am.
I know.
ACB is maybe.
I know Tammy is bringing a friend of hers and road tripping down. BK is coming all the way down from Canada, straight down.
If you can find a place to stay.
4.5 will be there.
He's bringing Sin too, I believe.
Nice.
Doesn't matter. As long as 4.5 shows up.
Irish is going to try to go. Awesome.
Oh yes, that's awesome, Irish.
Y'all,
very awesome.
This reminds me of
all of New York.
We first went, our first con that we got to meet everybody at was MegaCon a couple years ago. We went to MegaCon, and it was the first time we got to meet all of these people from Whatnot, all in the same place. And it was one of the most memorable trips for me, like ever, just because the people that you talk to online, like, they're real people, but when you get to meet them in person, it's just different. It's such a cool experience. And so I encourage anybody that's able to go. I know it's pricey. I know it's hard to, travel, but like it seriously is something that will make some
real fun
memories.
We're going to raise money for BK's bail money just in case.
He's got to get over the border first. That's going to be the tough part.
This is America. He'll get there.
So this is kind of getting off the rails, guys. But anybody else that has a halfway thinking of going to CollectedCon, please hit up Ditto, EB, whoever, and we can give you the details and let you guys know about it, because I think it's going to be huge. It's the very first one. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We got some things in the works too, guys, so stay tuned, because if you're not following, I think you probably are, but follow the DT4_live IG. That's the new IG channel. It seems to be growing by the day, so thank you for that. Also, please, don't hesitate to come on there and make a comment and tag some of your people so that they can come in like that channel. Any of that helps all the time. But you can also follow all of our personal IGs, Rocking Toys, Ditto_Pop, E_Saldana, B Saldana with a number at the end. I always forget what it is. What is it?
316.
Yeah, that's right. I should know that.
Like Stone Cold?
Because
That's it.
because we are going to be announcing lots of drops and things that we're going to be doing that are going to be very special. You're going to be able to meet some of your favorite creatives, artists, not only that are just attending, but we're probably going to have some of them signing at the table for dedicated time.
Oh, that's very cool.
And there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff coming up. So stay tuned.
We know we're going to have RWK at the booth at some time during that weekend signing. That's going to happen. So people like that are just, they're going to come hang out. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
there's rumors of a certain San Diego-based artist that might be making an attempt to come out that we all know and love.
Yeah.
Just come out. It's going to be a good time. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's my first con for designer toys that I've ever been to for collectors, and it's their first con doing it. So that's one in my books for me.
And we're working on some stuff for DT4 too. So to put out during that weekend. So be ready. There's going to be some cool stuff.
Yep.
Very limited drops. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna be at the table. It's gonna be remember those little jars? It's like, guess how many jelly beans are in the jar?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring one. It's like, guess how much Sculpey Rock puts in his hair, and then it's like 4 pounds.
Sketch will not be signing at the DT4 booth that weekend.
Red Guardian's gonna be there.
Red Guardian.
Even though he's like, one day he's like, no, I don't know, and then some days he's like, I'll be there. He'll be there.
He'll be there.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
He doesn't disappoint.
All right, Sketch. You want to any last words before we kick you out of here?
No. Thank everybody for coming to my show on Monday. Thanks for the support.
Oh, you meant DT4.
Thank you for everybody for coming to DT5.
Yeah.
Thank you for my witnessing the debut of DT5.
That's all B. She's fired, so we're back to 4th, and now you're in.
Last time I kicked him out, I told Sketch, you got to go buy
That's
in
true.
a while.
It's
so
true.
I felt like
B really kicked me out.
Yeah, the least I could do is invite him in. So
yeah.
B's gonna get scolded.
I am. Watch. He's
just like all your other guests. I mean, you never asked me, but I would like to come back whenever I want and come on and.
No, we saved that. We saved that for our real guests.
That's what I thought. Given the interview you gave me, I think I wasn't a real guest either.
Oh my god!
Hey, I'll send you the link next time too. Don't worry, you can come back.
If you guys have not seen the DT4 with Sketch on it, go check that out. It's hilarious.
It's a hilarious.
All right, Sketch.
All right.
We're gonna boot you.
Appreciate you.
Buddy.
Appreciate you.
Love you.
Bye, friends.
Get out of here. All right.
Sorry, Rock. I won't do it again.
No. I'm joking. I am 100%.
Right, who will come on next? First person. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're gonna sell off the link for Rux to get Ruxy here. No.
$10 per spot to come on and donate.
There you go. But guys, great show. Another great artist. Like every time we get somebody on, it's just a new great person. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm lost for words, but we always have good guests. So spread the word, guys. I say this every week or every show. Please spread the word that we're here. I know it's the same people in the chat every week. We need to get some new blood up in here. And
up in here.
Yeah.
Up in here.
And you can always go back.
We've been creeping back up the last couple of weeks into the 30s and stuff again, and we'd love to try to get that doubled at some point if possible. 40s, 50s, 60s would be ideal.
Yeah.
So any help that you guys can do, if you know people that are fans of art, are artists that would like this type of platform, they want to come check it out. Friends, family, bring them all.
Rux is gonna be here, Vinyl. Rux is gonna get in here.
Rux was on for a little bit.
I already told him he was gonna. We already told him he's not gonna be a guest for like longer than just a.
All right, guys. Anything else? Are we missing anything before we leave? No. I think we've said it all. We even let Sketch sneak in for a bit. So, All right, guys. We will see you a week or in 2 weeks. Valentine's Day, correct? Isn't that Valentine's Day the 14th?
I think it's 3 weeks actually. Yeah,
3 weeks.
Yeah.
So the 14th of February, we'll be back. Kick, punch, bite, and we'll have a great interview. Maybe we'll have a little gibby for that show as well.
Ooh.
So yeah, maybe we'll see.
I respect it, Dondo, but not good timing. I mean,
Cowboys.
Season's over.
Cowboys. They don't even know what they're doing next year.
Whoa.
All right, guys. So on that note, before my team loses this coming weekend, guys, that's all we got for tonight. Everybody, be safe, stay happy, and gosh darn it, guys, be nice to each other. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Good night, everybody.